Well, hello there and welcome back. My name is Michelle and today we're going to talk about INTJs. Now, INTJs are the internet's favorite rational thinkers, but there is some stuff that I don't think people realize about INTJs, and that is because they're so heavily stereotyped as these mastermind mentalities that their weaknesses and, the underdeveloped or maybe depressed INTJ doesn't get the same amount of attention. And I want to talk about an aspect of INTJs that I have not seen other people talk about, and that is the relationship of INTJs to video games. Now, everybody likes a video game here and there. Is that not right? Now, most people, when they think INTJ, they think this person scrawling out their master plan in their notebook or their computer and planning all these different pieces and moving all these people around them in order to achieve their ultimate goal. I mean, think of Lijo. She is a very successful INTJ who has her own businesses and she's working fervently towards her dreams. She is what you imagine when you think of an INTJ, somebody who is having some kind of master plan and everything that they do falls into their master plan. Well, guys, not all INTJs are like that. And it might be hard to hear if you are an INTJ that you aren't necessarily that fully committed mastermind mentality. You want to, and you have the potential to be that. But we're in a world right now where it's easy to get depressed and it's easy to get overwhelmed by how messed up this world is and how everything in this world is against us and is preventing us from being able to accomplish those goals. And many times INTJs might struggle with their ability to decide what they ultimately want to do because they know that a lot of it won't be able to work out in the real world, because although INTJs love thinking about the future and where their life is heading and want to pick the right path, they're also very aware of reality and what's realistic for them to search for and what's realistic for them to work towards. And they don't want to waste energy, right? What INTJ wants to waste energy going towards a path that's going down the wrong direction? Now imagine that. And then you're young, right? You're a young INTJ. You can't see a future going down the paths that you've thought about going down. And so you let yourself get lost in video games. Video games are a great place for INTJs to get lost. It's very easy to do so. INTJs can control themselves within these video games and accomplish things that they know they're capable of. Now, I'm not saying that INTJs all necessarily are trying to be professional esport athletes. No. What I am saying, athletes, do you call it an athlete or do you call it a gamer? They are esports gamers, I guess. Not every INTJ is searching for that ultimate path. A lot of INTJs think just about the video game or just about how they're playing with their friends. They ultimately want to be able to assert that dominance and their ability to predict the actions of other people and be able to react to those and to be able to use that to their advantage. I've seen a lot of INTJs who really like the Battle Royale games, who really like COD, who really like Dark Souls or RPGs. I've seen all different kinds of games that INTJs like, but I have seen one similar thread amongst all of those INTJs. It's so easy for an INTJ because the outcome is predictable and because they can control every aspect of themselves playing in this game, and because they know that they're capable of succeeding if they just assert their skill and their will and their mentality, they can accomplish things with these video games. So I've seen many INTJs get lost in the world of video games. I mean, it's in a way an escapism from the reality that they might not know what path to take their life. But, in the video game, they can control where that path is going and they don't have to worry about the big picture of their life. They don't have to worry about that big picture because they have the big picture of the game to stay connected to. They know that if they go outside of their house and if they try to get another job, that ultimately they're going to be unsatisfied. But with the video game, they know how they can get satisfied from this video game. And they might switch up the games because nobody is going to do the same thing too many times, especially in INTJ. They're going to want to switch it up. But ultimately, their approach is going to stay the same. And that ability to control the outcome and to know how things are going to play out and be able to use your intellect well in a video game can sometimes be just enough to help keep making sure that the INTJ is staying happy enough. And a lot of times that rather than thinking about the world and how depressing it might be, The INTJ will turn to video games. It's a very great way to escape. Am I saying that all INTJs do this? No. Am I saying that only INTJs do this? No. But what I am saying is their relationship with it is similar. So let me break this down cognitively a little bit and how I came to this, ultimate realization. INTJs lead with introverted intuition. Introverted intuition wants to figure out where everything's going, where everything's heading, and find the solution to that. They want to use their extroverted thinking in order to get the most optimal way to achieve that final goal. They want to get there as efficiently as possible without wasting any energy. They love doing that. That's their dig, right? But then they have this childlike introverted feeling. Introverted feeling for them is a massive part of their identity. It's what they coddle in themselves. It's what they really care about. And when they think about long-term plans, they want to know that they're going to feel good, that their FI is going to love it in the long term. Well, in many ways, it's very difficult to predict how their FI is going to feel about things because they know better than anyone that FI is a fickle beast. Introverted feeling changes its mind constantly about how it feels about things, and that unpredictability can be kind of worrisome and troubling to an INTJ and can be something that they don't even want to have to address because what if they spend all their energy going down this one specific path and they don't like it and they don't feel good afterwards? The fear of what could happen if they go down this path and it's the wrong path can be crippling. But with a video game, they don't need to worry about what's the wrong path. They know what's the right path. They know how they're going to feel at the end. It is something that they can choose. They can have full control over how they feel. They might get angry. They might lose a few times. But ultimately, overall, they know that they can succeed more than the average person. And so they're going to keep doing it. And they're going to switch up the games and they're going to play with other people. But ultimately, they want to be successful, and they can be successful in video games. It's not hard for them to be successful at video games. They can do really well at video games, and they know what the outcome's going to be like. They know how they can get to that ultimate good outcome. Real life is a lot trickier. Real life is a lot more difficult to assert that, because you have to make a choice and stick with it. And if you take the wrong choice, you could end up making yourself miserable. And that is a huge fear for the INTJ. They don't want to be miserable. They want to be happy with what they've done. They want to accomplish something that they're proud of accomplishing. And with video games, they can regularly be proud of their accomplishments. They know that they're successful. They know that they're doing well. But with real life, there's so many factors they can't account for. The world is so big, and even if they think about everything and figure out everything perfectly, there will still be things that come in and get in the way of that, get in the way of their plan that they wouldn't have thought of ahead of time, that they couldn't have predicted, that they couldn't have planned for. And that can be really frightening and scary. I've seen plenty of INTJs who, unlike the Mastermind archetype that's all over the internet, and that's a meme about INTJs, many aren't like that. Many can't be like that because of their fears about what could go wrong in the future that they didn't account for, that they weren't ready for. So they turn to video games. It's incredibly easy to get turned to video games. So what's the way out of this? How do we break free from that as an INTJ? Ultimately, you have to take a leap of faith, INTJs. You have to let yourself go down a path that might not be perfect. You have to let yourself do something that you might not fully enjoy. Because if you don't take that leap of faith, you're going to be playing video games forever. That's a path that we can predict with absolute certainty. If you don't stop playing video games for most of your day, you're not going to accomplish anything besides being an avid video gamer. And if that's something that you want, go for it all the way. Be one of the best. And if you're not willing to go for it all the way and be the best, then you need to pick something and you need to go for it and you need to take it all the way. Even though it's scary that you might not succeed, or even though it's scary that you might not love it, if you don't pick anything, you're going to stay where you are. And you can predict that with absolute certainty. So I challenge you, if you're an INTJ who's stuck in the rut of playing video games, take a leap of faith. Find something that you believe you could do and do it well, and make some kind of impact, because I know as an INTJ, you want to impact something significantly. You do. But the video games are easy, they're addictive, they're good, and they're consistent, and they can give you what you want without any trouble. But the trouble is, you're going to live your whole life without ever stepping away from that video game, and without ever stepping away from your desk. And you're going to regret this 20 years from now. You're going to regret it 40 years from now. You might even freaking regret it in 2 years. Take a leap of faith and go for something. I know you're capable of it. God, you're one of the most popular, idolized MBTI types. Everyone wants what you have. Show us why that is. Show us why we all want what you have. You're amazing. You're capable of so much more than so many of us. With that introverted intuition and that extroverted thinking, you are a powerhouse of being able to make the thoughts in your mind a reality. Don't spend that wasting your time on video games. Now, am I saying you have to give up video games altogether? No. We all like video games. Shoot, I love video games. I play them every week. Video games are fun. But don't let video games take over your life and prevent you from accomplishing what you want to accomplish. Now, I didn't intend for this to become a motivational pep talk, but thank you guys for watching. I just wanted to share what I noticed about INTJs and their relationship to video games, because it's been a thought that's been mulling over in my mind for quite a while. I've seen it in a lot of INTJs, and I wanted to talk about it, and I wanted to share what I noticed with you guys, because I think if you hear it and you see my perspective on it, somebody who knows what you are capable of, and see you take that potential that you have and suppress it, hurts me. And I want to see you accomplish the great things that I know you're capable of. If you're not an INTJ, thanks for watching this video. Thanks for listening to my thoughts about INTJs. Have you seen this in any other type? Have you seen this in yourself and you're not an INTJ? Is this something that's common to other people and not just INTJs? Let me know your thoughts down below. But with that, I want to thank you guys so much for watching. To continue this discussion, either chat down below or join the Discord so we can talk about it some more. And while you're down there, go ahead and click like and subscribe. But with that, I want to thank you guys so much for watching, and I hope you have a beautiful, amazing, fantastic day. Bye!